Over the years, we've covered some of the most recognizable names currently in the NBA. From Julius Randle to Marcus Smart and Miles Turner, there has been no shortage of talent to come out of our area in recent years. This year in Dallas, there was a young man who has a chance to be playing against each of those talented players in the very near future. Let's meet St. Mark's superstar, Harrison Ingram, in this week's Inside Story. As another basketball season comes to an end, so too has the career of one of the best players to ever pass through North Texas. While the UIL still has a week of playoffs left, the Southwest Preparatory Conference decided not to have a postseason. So very quietly, the St. Mark's Lions recently closed out their season with a win over district rival Greenhill. For senior forward Harrison Ingram, it was a melodramatic conclusion to a brilliant career that included being named to the McDonald's All-American team. Unfortunately, due to COVID, this year's game will not be played. So the next time we'll see him in action will be as a freshman at Stanford University.
I hate that for these seniors, and Harrison in particular. To me, this is going to be a victory lap, kind of the icing on the cake of an amazing career. And yet, I've not heard a negative word from him.
Though he's missing out on some of his childhood dreams, Ingram's focus is on the future. And with a scholarship to Stanford in hand, that future is a bright one. He has a very real goal of playing in the NBA someday, but knows that even in the best-case scenario, most of his adult life will be spent in the business world. That played a big factor in his college decision.
But you never know what could happen, and it's hard to get there. You can get injured, and I know that in the back of my mind, I know that I have Stanford education to fall back on. But to add on to that, it was more of a, like, the education wasn't enough to bring me there. I like the basketball aspect too. The coaches, they really believe in me, and I trust what they want to do with me.
You might wonder if playing in a small private school league will have Ingram prepared to make the sizable jump to Division I basketball. Recent history would suggest it won't be a factor, as this small league has produced several #1 draft picks in recent years.
Kind of under the radar league for private schools. I mean, people don't really see us as that good. But if you look at the history of who we've had, I mean, like every 4 years, it's kind of like there's always a dominant team. Like Jared Allen was here, DeAndre Jordan, Phil Presley, Justice Winslow. There's been a lot of Jalen Waddle, who's at Alabama for football. There's been a lot of talented athletes who come through here that people just don't know that they're from the SBC.
This is our 16th consecutive year of having a future NBA player in the league. And the one right now, you got Chris Smith, I think, at UCLA, that's going to be a first-round draft pick probably this coming year. And so it's just one right after another, and that doesn't account for all the other young men that have played really high-level scholarship basketball. And we've not had some of those riches. And right now, having Harrison and some of his teammates who just continue to get better because of his presence, and just the culture has changed over the last 4-6 years. And I credit him and his brother for a lot of that growth in our program.
Ingram is the top-ranked player in the state of Texas this year and in the top 10 nationally. But that doesn't mean he's satisfied.
I mean, all the guys try to say they don't care about rankings. I mean, that's just not true. I mean, I care, but at the same time, I kind of keep it in the back of my mind. I know in the long run, it doesn't really matter when I'm ranked in high school. It kind of matters when I get to college, they don't care when I'm ranked. They don't care what I did in high school. It's about what I did in college. So to me, I think it's like an honor to look at it, but just kind of motivation that I know that, see, maybe like right now, I would say the highest I am is like #9, but #1 Texas. So, I mean, a lot of people could be very complacent with that, but I see, like, so you're telling me there's 8 people better than me? I see it as that, just look at it as fuel for the fire.